What's up guys, it's Oyisa here and we're back for another video. So in this video, I'm going to record me going to collect how much money the vending machine has made at the hotel for the past week. And then I'm also actually going to calculate how much the vending machine has made in the past month. So you'll know how much money that vending machine has made in the month of August. It's the end of the month or the beginning of September. So I have to do a calculation of how many sales were made, how much money was made, and basically balance the books for the past month. So I'm going to show you guys how I do that. And as always, I'm going to give you a tip at the end of the video about the vending machine business, just to give you guys some ideas and guidance on when you start and how to ensure that you improve the business itself and how many sales you make in that business. But also I'm going to buy some stock today because I know that vending machine is probably empty. I finished my last bit of stock this week, so I have to buy a new batch of stock for that specific vending machine. I don't buy as bulk as I used to now. I buy bulk specific for a machine now. I need to see, I asked the client if they can just show me a picture of what's left in the vending machine, and then I see what I need to buy, then I buy that in bulk. So let's say in a month, I buy stock 4 times in a month, let's say. Yeah, that's what I think I'm buying now. It's not as 2 months because I'm trying to be as lean as possible now. I don't like having stock left over. So I'm trying my best to buy enough stock that will last me at least a week to 2 weeks, so I don't have to buy stock at the same time. So it's important to have that balance. There must be a balance between how much stock you buy and also how often you buy stock, and which one will be more cost effective in terms of minimizing the cost of sales or how much stock you buy, and also minimizing the amount of travel that you're doing to go buy a stock, because that's also money, like for transport obviously, and your effort and time. That's all currency in itself. Otherwise, without further ado, let's go to the vending machine and we're going to see how much it's made in the past week, and then I'm going to calculate how much it's made in the past month. Let's go. What's up guys, so we're currently at the hotel. I've decided that I'll collect the cash and then I'll go buy stock with the cash depending on how empty the machine is and what's required there. And then I'm going to come back to restock the machine, and then after that I will do the calculation and the summing up of how much was made in the past week and also how much was made in the past month for this hotel vending machine. I've decided that's more efficient and effective at the moment because I don't want to go home and then go do other stuff and then come back to the hotel. Like, it's just more, sounds messed up that way. So I'm going to collect the cash, I'm going to go buy the stock at Macro, and then I'm going to come back to the machine to restock, and then I'll go home to see how much I've made in the past week and also how much I've made in the past month. So let's go. So guys, at the end of the month or the beginning of the following month, I always have to check how much stock is left in the machine so that I'm able to see how much stock was actually sold from the machine. And this is how I do and get the calculation for how many sales were made in that specific vending machine. So I get a count of all that is left. I match it to how much I actually put into the machine, and then the balance is basically how many had sold in the vending machine. Now I'm going to be collecting the stock or collecting the cash from the vending machine to see how much was made in the past week. So this is how the vending machine is looking at the end of the week and the end of the month, and I'll basically go buy all the stock required. What's up guys, so I finished collecting from the vending machine and I basically took all the coins that I had and I gave the client change so that they give me notes so that when I go buy stock it's also easier to pay. So in total for cash sales, it made 952 Rand this past week, and then obviously we also have the card sales, which I would have to calculate to see how much it made in total for the past week in total sales. So I'm going to go to Macro now, get the stock, and then I'm going to come restock the vending machine, and then I'm going to go home to do all these calculations of how many sales it made the past week and how many sales it made the past month. And then we're going to finish off the video with a tip I believe is very important in the vending machine business. Let's go to Macro. Let's go. What's up, guys? So we're at Macro now. I'm gonna buy the stock, and that will be the beginning stock that I buy for that specific vending machine, and also that would be the starting expenses for the month of September, because it's the 1st of September now, and the first expense will be this. In terms of income, I'll only see that income probably at the end of next week for how much was made in the first week of September. But for now, let's get that stock. I'll show you guys the stock that I'll be buying, and also I'll show you guys how much it costed. Like I said, I received 952 Rand this past week, and I'm just gonna buy stock for that specific vending machine, and the balance I'll probably use to like buy petrol or something, because yeah, petrol's running out. But anyway, let's get the stock. Let's see how much it is. Let's go. So guys, we've got the stock here. We've got 400 milliliter cans of drinks, the bottles of Cokes, and some Tinkies, which should be enough for the vending machine for the next week or two, based on what's inside too. What's up, guys? So I've just finished buying the stock at Macro, and as you saw, it's not much. It's literally enough and a little bit more just for that machine, so that it's stocked up well enough for obviously another week or 2 weeks of stock. And what's nice about it is that this is money that I've earned from the past week or past month even, and I'm using it to buy stock for the new month, and that way I'm not losing out in the new month, if that makes sense. I'm not buying new stock. I'm using the money that I've earned to pay for the new stock, and that way I'm not losing out from my personal income and eating into my personal income. And that's how a business should be run. The extra bit you have, save it, buy petrol with it, do whatever you need with it, so that you just keep scaling. You keep scaling with the money that you're making, and that's how you actually grow a business, I believe, and from what I'm experiencing. But yeah, just give me a minute. So that stock, all that stock amounted to 897 Rand and 70 cents. And if you remember, I made 952. So I got an extra 50 something Rand for the next week. So yeah, like I said, it's always best that the money that you're making literally in a week, I bought stock that's enough for another week or two with the money that I've earned in 1 week. And that's how it should be in terms of scaling. But yeah, I buy at Macro because I have a Macro business card. So I also recommend getting a Macro business account, and then being able to get nice discounts so that you can price your products better. I recommend, if you can, try and get a contact person from the original distributors or original manufacturers. Like, for example, if you have Coca-Cola, try and get stock directly from Coca-Cola, because you can get nice discounts if you buy in bulk and stuff like that. Right now, I haven't reached that point. I haven't found a distributor or contact point from the main original manufacturer, but that's the goal, so that when you do charge and when you do buy your product, you buy it at the cheapest cost possible, and you can still price it the same, getting a markup or putting up a markup of 50% to 100%, and being able to profit or have a profit margin of 30 to 60%, etc. So yeah, guys, I'm done here at Macro. I'm going to restock the vending machine now, and then after that I'll give you guys a whole breakdown of how much I earned in the week and how much I've earned in the past month. And then that will be the video. I'll give you another tip maybe at the end, just thinking about how I am operating the business, how I'm planning to grow the business, and how you can start your vending machine business too. But otherwise, let's go to the vending machine. Let's go. The stock is all loaded up onto the trolley to be loaded into the vending machine. So here we go. So guys, as you can see from what it was to what it is now, this is the waste remaining from this restock, and this is how the machine is looking like. There's just two things missing now, being the biltong and the water. Don't really need to buy the water because there's still more than enough water, but it's just the biltong that I need to get, which I'll probably get this week. What's up guys? So I finished stocking up the vending machine. What I'm going to do now, I'm going to go home. We're going to see how much I made in the past week, and then I'm going to see how much I've made in the past month. And then after that, I'm also going to show you guys what this specific vending machine made in terms of sales, because at the end of the month I have to check what is left over versus what I've actually loaded into the vending machine and see how much the total sales equals to minus the total cost of sales to give us how much profit the vending machine itself made. And that's something I do monthly. I used to do it weekly, but I realized with time and how I manage it, it's better to do it monthly. There will always be a variance because sometimes the machine will take money for change, or because someone got lucky and ended up getting two products by mistake, or I got lucky in that someone didn't receive a product. I'm not lucky, but someone just didn't receive a product. So the variance can be a result of those things. And yeah, so we're going to see how much the vending machine made in the past week and in the past month. And then from there, I will finish the video with a final tip for the vending machine business. So let's get home and count this money up and calculate how much was made. Let's go. So as we usually do, we're going to look at the card sales through the MoMA app. We're going to filter the results from the beginning of the week, which is August the 26th on a Monday, to date, and not including the 1st of September because it's a new month. And this is through the MoMA app, which you must have when you have a NAICS card reader. So if you're interested in getting a NAICS card reader, I do have a promo code which you can get from the link in the description to give you a discount if you want to buy it. So yeah, guys, we're going to look at the card sales and see how much we've made in the past week in card sales, include the cash sales, and see what the total sales are for this week. You also see that you get the description and the pricing of the product. This is the stuff that you set up by yourself on the MoMA app through what you put in the vending machine. This is important for any transactions that occur and the tracking of the products in your vending machines. What's up guys, so I'm back home and I've done the calculations to see how much I made in terms of cash sales and how much I've made in terms of card sales. So in terms of cash sales for the past week at the hotel vending machine, I made 952 Rand. In terms of card sales for the past week, as you see, I made 790 Rand in terms of card sales. This means for the past week in total, I made 1,742 Rand. That is also very good. But let's consider the expenses that I've had to pay for, which is the stock for the past week. The only thing I actually bought for the past week specifically for that vending machine was water, which I filled up during the week, and that was a total of 196 Rand that I paid for that water. This means for the past week in terms of sales, I made a profit of 1,546 Rand for the past week in terms of that specific vending machine. I have decided that I will save the amount of money I made in the past month for the next video, in that I want to show you for each machine how much I made in the past month, and to show you guys also the variance in terms of how much I made versus how much I calculated I should have made versus the total sales and the total income that I've made on my business in the past month. So I'll say that for the next video. And the tip that I'll leave for you guys in this video is that it is about time that you start your vending machine business, because let's be honest, vending machines are not that popular yet in South Africa. When you hear about the USA and Europe, where the business is thriving and is at its peak, there's a huge, the market is very saturated in those areas, where in South Africa the market is very big in the sense that it's still in the pioneer phases. It's still in a very traditional phase. We still have snacks and drink vending machines. Most common ones are those. When in other countries or other continents, they are pushing fresh foods, they are pushing more vapes, they are pushing more ready-made foods or warmed foods inside a vending machine. So we're still in the early phases. This is why it's important that you start your vending machine business now. If I could think at the top of my head, there are only 3 companies that I could think of which are very established and have a constant supplier to help you start, which are Top Vending, which are Vending Solutions. There's also another company, there's also Coca-Cola Vending. You should speak to them directly if you're looking to get a vending machine from them. But at the moment, we're at a point where the business hasn't really boomed yet, and it's important that you start it now and start benefiting from it now in terms of a semi-passive income or one income that doesn't require you to be at the vending machine 24/7, and rather once or twice a week for about an hour each time you're there, just to restock, just to get cash, do the maintenance, whatever is required. And that's minimal, and you're earning about 2,000 to 5,000 Rand a month in terms of net profit. So it's important that you start viewing your future that way if you want to start, and start thinking about, with one machine, you're doing that in a good location. How do you see a good location? It must have at least 100 people in that location going in and out, and that obviously excludes any customers that go within that area. But it's important that you look for that type of location where traffic is about 100 and more people going in and out. If you want to start a vending machine business, I have a checklist that I have created, which is free. You can download it in the link in the description, from the link in the description. It's free. It gives you a breakdown of the cost of a vending machine, what you must consider, what type of locations you should be pursuing, the type of maintenance that you must look at, and also just in general how to start a vending machine business and start a 5-star vending machine business to ensure that you pull in more clients, pull in more customers, and make more sales. I hope you enjoyed this video. Please like and subscribe and leave a comment. Let me know what you think. Let me know if you have any questions of how to start. And yeah, until the next one, I'm out.